Hey there, Ken Bator here, the co-founder and manager of the Police Officers Credit Union Association, here with a good friend of mine, Irv from COPFCU in Cincinnati, Ohio, one of the members of the Police Officers Credit Union Association, here to talk to you about the 14th Annual Police Officers Credit Union Conference coming up from May 21st to the 23rd, 2017 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Hard for me to believe that we're already on the 14th Annual Conference. And those of you that have attended the 13th Annual earlier this year in Washington, D.C., know that we came really close to a perfect score in our evaluation. I've been running conferences and events for well over 20 years. I never ever came that close to a perfect score from all the attendees and the reviews. So you would think that coming close to perfection, that we would just simply copy and stamp the program for the 14th annual, but you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to go for perfection in a different way, and we're going to change a few things up. What we're not going to change is our brand, not only for the POCUA, but also for our events, which lies on three tenets, which are 1, networking, 2, education, and 3, fun. So when it comes to networking, we're going to have that same program that everybody speaks so highly about, where we have somewhat of a structured open networking program that allows people to meet with folks that they may have known for years, as well as new people that are attending the event for the very first time, and be able to share ideas and learn from them. So we're definitely going to have that. But we're also going to add a little bit of a wrinkle in there, where we're also going to do, in essence, kind of a group project, which will team you up with some folks both on the Monday and the Tuesday of the program. I don't want to give too much away on that, but I think it's something that you'll really like, and will also help with the education portion of the brand of our event. Speaking of education, that's a great segue into some of the things that we're doing differently. And one of the things that we have probably concentrated on too much, and you know what, shame on me as a branding expert and a culture building expert for not seeing this earlier, and unfortunately having to see some of the very difficult times that law enforcement are going through in our society today. But what we're going to focus on is a lot less on the fact that we're credit unions, and a lot more on the people we serve, the law enforcement officers that put their lives on the line every single day. Because that, at the end of the day, is the true differentiating brand association for most, if not all, of our members, is the people we serve, and not the entity that we are as a credit union or the products and services that we offer. So the agenda is going to be a lot less on credit union aspects. Certainly we could talk about compliance and operations all day long, but we can get some of that, really exciting stuff from a lot of our league conventions and things of that nature. No, what we're going to concentrate on this year is how we serve law enforcement, what that difference means to our particular organization, and how we can leverage that to, number 1, support our law enforcement officer members, and number 2, grow our business. So a couple of additions to the agenda, which I think that you'll really enjoy. One is a panel, which is the new dynamic in serving law enforcement. That will be on Monday afternoon. I'm currently talking to a few police credit union CEOs and other credit union CEOs that serve police in a significant way, to be on that panel to talk about what it truly means to serve law enforcement, and what that means as a business and not just a particular credit union. So I'm looking for a few CEOs on that. I'm actually in talks with a few executives to be on that panel. But of course, from any of our POCUA members that are watching this video, if you have some ideas on that, I'm all ears to hear about it. On Tuesday, we're going to have a great presentation from one of our newest members, Brad Hool, the president and CEO of CAHP Credit Union, California Highway Patrol, who I had the distinct pleasure to hear on a panel earlier this year at another event, who has some great stories and some great examples to talk about on how he's connecting his employees and law enforcement in a very, very special way. And of course, fun. We can't leave that out. And we've got certainly a load of fun, not only planned, but that will just simply be there by being in New Orleans. We're going to have our Sunday night reception at the Maison, which I believe is going to provide us with some phenomenal food. I know we've got a very tough climb to do better than we did in D.C. at Clyde's, because they did an awesome job for us. But we're up to the challenge, and the Maison is going to offer us some great food on Sunday. There's also going to be an optional dinner at the Maison on Monday night. You can go to the website and learn more about that. That's probably the only thing that may have been slightly negative on our reviews, is some people did want a group dinner. It won't exactly be a group dinner per se, but we do have an option for a dinner on Monday, which I think that you'll really like at the Maison. And then, of course, our program, because people have asked for 2 venues, they wanted to get a different flavor of New Orleans and not necessarily be in the same place. Our actual program of events and sessions will be at BB King's, which I believe is only 2 or 3 blocks away from the Maison. And both places are surrounded by several hotels, so there's a number of choices there. But I know that BB King's will give us a great atmosphere and a great venue for our sessions on Monday and Tuesday. And we'll have some music, we'll have, of course, some great food, and some great camaraderie, which will give us great fun. So the early bird is available until January 31st of 2017, and given that BB King's is a fairly new place, as well as being renovated, there is a limitation on the number of people that we could have there, so I strongly suggest that you get your registration in sooner rather than later, especially if you're already planning on joining us. But the early bird will be available until January 31st, 2017, but for those that know me, you know that I'm always ready to give you some special deal, and that deal is this. If you mention my friend Irv in an email to me, and my email is kbator, B-A-T-O-R, at btcinc.org. So if you mention my buddy Irv is giving you a special program that if you renew or open a POCUA membership before December 31st, 2016, that's before the end of this year, we're in 2016 still. If you renew or open a membership before 12/31 of 2016, Irv will give you another 5% off of the early bird, and even another 5% off of the 5% all POCUA members get when they register for the conference. So send me an email, kbator at btcinc.org. Get that 5% discount from Irv. That's available only until December 31st, 2016, with a renewal or an opening of a POCUA membership. And of course, by all means, if you have any questions on the conference, any suggestions on the panels, I want to hear from you. Again, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today. Ken Bator, the manager of the Police Officers Credit Union Association, my friend Irv from COPFCU. We both want to see you in New Orleans in May. Hope that you'll be there, and if you have any particular questions at all, feel free to contact myself or Irv. In fact, Irv, you got anything to say? You got to stop letting me carry you on all these videos. So if Irv doesn't answer, I'll be happy to do so. So feel free to send me an email, give me a call. My direct line is 630-854-6380, and we'll be happy to give you more information if necessary and answer any questions you might have about the Police Officers Credit Union Association and the Police Officers Credit Union Conference coming up in New Orleans in 2017, May 21st, May 23rd. Thank you for spending some time with me today, and hope to see you in New Orleans. Take care.